Gusto niya magpakasal kami. Sabi ko, "Hindi tayo
Mm.
pwede magpakasal dahil kasal ako." Sabi niya, "I will never agree for an annulment because I've been praying for you that God will restore our marriage." Sabi ko sa kanya, "Alam mo, nababaliw ka na."
So, itong healing sa'yo, ate, like, when all those things were happening, because you were staying in the relationship, even when si Pastor Dan was doing hurtful things to you.
I was so full of bitterness, anger. Kaya lang sabi ko, ako yung talo eh.
Kumbaga,
So,
pag nag-i-inflict ng pain, binibigay mo
Ipon.
agad kay Lord para hindi mag-ipon
Yes.
sa'yo, para hindi ikaw yung
Para hindi
mag-suffer.
siya
That's how I
mag-explode.
did it.
Hindi ka mag-explode.
That's
You
how I
give it to
did it.
God.
Okay,
Kumbaga
kakahil.
parang yung sugat, hindi
Sinugatan
pa nagiilom, kinutkot na naman.
Oo.
Hindi nga kinutkot eh. Meron kang sugat dito, sinasaksak pa ulit sa ibang parts.
No perfect marriages,
No filtered conversations,
just real life
real faith,
and learning how to stay afloat.
Lovey! Kamusta ka?
I'm good.
So, welcome back to...
Staying afloat with,
With
VJ
VJ
and
and Camille.
Camille.
Ayan. So, love, what?
No, our topic today is actually one of the most requested topic.
Yes.
But our problem was, we feel like we are not the right people to talk about it. So, kailangan nating humanap ng rescue.
Okay, okay.
So, ngayon, meron tayong rescue. And this is such a special episode for us because this is the first time that we're having guests here at Staying Afloat.
Yay!
Diba? So, level up na talaga tayo, love.
Oh,
Praise God. Praise God.
So, love,
Yes.
allow me to introduce
Of course.
our
Of
guests
course.
for today. This is very special kasi this is the first one na meron kaming guest. And it's really special because special din itong mga tao na to sa buhay namin.
Baka maiyak ka pa niyan.
Yun na nga eh.
ah.
I remember, na-meet ko siya back in 2020. Kasi na-meet ko siya 2022 of October. Nag-speak siya in a marriage retreat na ginagawa namin ngayon. And when I heard about their story, yung story ni God sa buhay nila, you know, it really made an impact to me, especially the godly legacy. So talagang tagus yun sa puso ko at sa mga buto ko. And then I remember, nilapitan niya ako, sa may D-group ka na ba? Tapos sabi niya sa akin, hindi ko makalimutan, mukha namang mabait to. Sabi ko, pagtulog po siguro. He's very special to me. He's a father figure to me kasi I grew up without a father. I look up to him. He's my discipler, especially sa ministry. Ginaguide niya kami ni Camille na mag-asawa. And this is really the beauty of having those kind of people that will really be accountable to you and journey with you sa season ng buhay namin. So,
Yes.
siya rin ang nag-ignite sa akin na mag-speak. It was May 24, 2024. I cannot forget that time. Inas niya ako to speak. And ayun na, siya talaga ang nag-push sa akin. Like I said, he is my earthly father here. So I am just so blessed to be journeying with him. So allow me to introduce our disciples, Pastor Danny or Kiko and
Ate
Ate Don
Don.
or Kiko.
Yes. So we call them our spiritual parents. Sila talaga ang nag-guide sa amin sa life, sa marriage. And just this morning, we had our accountability time.
Before the shoot.
Yes, we had a very hard conversation, a heartfelt conversation as well about our hearts, and they really play a very important role, especially in how we serve the Lord. Sila yung model namin doon. Sila yung inspiration namin because we see how selfless they are, and they are very busy, ate and pastor. So thank you
Yes.
for the time and for always, being there for us. And now, it's such a blessing kasi mabibless din, of course, yung viewers ng Staying Afloat about something that we feel like a lot of marriage go through, but they find it hard to navigate. And I believe they want to fight for it. But sometimes, healing after forgiveness is not as easy as it sounds.
Right.
So, Lavi?
Let's dive deep.
Let's dive deep. Siguro, unang question muna natin is, the question is, sa ating dalawa, for icebreaker, how is healing possible after a deep hurt and betrayal? Ikaw, paano mo yun niya,
Ako?
ha?
It's, for me, siguro, I share this from a point of view of understanding what forgiveness is about. So for me, forgiveness comes from my faith in Jesus, knowing and understanding how He has forgiven me. So if I really understand what Jesus has done for me, how He has forgiven me and continues to forgive me every day, I pray to have the same heart to forgive also not only you, but anyone who has hurt me.
Ako talaga.
Kasi syempre marriage. Ano namang sila. So more of for you. For anyone
Okay.
who is close to me na na-hurt ako.
Okay.
Kapag naririnig daw natin, Pastor, yung healing after forgiveness, ano yung unang pumapasok sa isip natin?
Well, before I answer that question, I just want to thank you for
Yes.
having us. We're excited about this. I know it's something people think, alam na alam namin yan, pero it's something also that we have to go back to, and it's also something that we have to keep practicing. So, your question is,
When you hear the phrase, healing after forgiveness, ano yung unang pumapasok sa isip mo, ate?
kasi akala ng mga tao, di ba, parang when you think about forgiveness, then you're gonna be okay. But for me, when I learned about forgiveness, just like you, I discovered it when I had a relationship with Jesus. It was something that I had to understand. Ano to parang it's a very common topic in school, but it's something you will not understand until you will experience to be hurt. And I experienced being hurt by this very foggy guy beside me. Okay?
Ako talaga, parang si BJ.
Oo, ikaw talaga. Wala namang
Kami
iba.
na lang ni BJ masama.
Bilang boyfriend ko siya at siya rin ang napangasawa ko.
First and last.
Yes,
ate.
yes.
Can you give us a little background of your love story ni Pastor?
Yan,
Yes,
yan,
yan,
yan.
yan.
Ako, ito na. Paano mo ba ako
Kailangan
panahirapan?
yata natin ng tissue.
Hindi tayo handa.
Ikaw nga, umpisa pa lang, panaiyak mo
Oo,
na ako. Grabe. So, sabi ko, wala pa yung story ako, umiiyak na ako. But anyway, how did we start? I met Danny when we were 13.
13 years
Oo,
old.
so we became boyfriend and girlfriend at 13. And it was the start of my heartache. Ito talaga yung what not to do. People, this is what not to do. Children, biro mo 13, pambihira talaga.
Hindi naman
But-
kita
Ibig
masisi.
sabihin, ganun kalakas yung ano ni Pastor.
Hindi ko naman
Pogi
siya
kasi
masisi.
nga.
Ano ate? Pogi.
Pogi.
Pogi kasi.
Pogi.
But-
At
Yun lang
nakita natin yung picture na yun ni Pastor Dan.
Oo,
Talaga nga
pogi
naman.
naman. Pogi naman. Pogi.
Kaya lang nga, yun na nga, behind that pogginess is, grabe, sobrang pinaiyak na ako, niloloko na ako, dami ko nang na-experience. But the thing is, I chose to stay in the relationship. It was an on and off relationship. It's something I kept from my parents kasi nobody would want him to be their daughter's boyfriend. Kasi he smokes a lot, he drinks, he takes marijuana, he drinks cough syrup, he is always with his friends. He was a school dropout, a school kick out. Tapos dami niyang mga parang fist fights, gang fights. Name it, he
Question,
did it.
ate.
O, diba?
Knowing all that at such a young age, why did you choose to stay?
Tinanong ko din yan.
Kasi di ba meron kasing ganang mentality na parang, I think I'm the person who will be able to change this person. Minsan may ganun na yung, akong makakapagbago ng buhay mo. Did you think of that?
Tama ka dyan. He made me believe he's gonna change, he's gonna be a good boyfriend, he's faithful. Pero lahat yan, lies.
I remember, nung bago kami mag-boyfriend, sabi ko sa kanya, lahat ng ginawa ng tatay ko sa nanay ko, at lahat ng ginawa ng
Hindi ko
tatay ko
gagawin
sa
sa'yo.
akin, sa amin, hindi ko gagawin sa'yo.
Pero, sabi ng
Nabudol siya.
mother-in-law ko, later on, alam mo Dan, lahat ng ginawa ng tatay mo, mas masahol ka pa. Oo.
Wow, ate, continue mo yung mga ginawa ni Pastor Dan before.
Okay, to make
Nandun ka.
matters worse. So, I was blinded by those because I thought I was in love with him until I discovered when he was 17, he had a murder case. He had a gang rape case. He was in the front page of a tabloid for gang rape.
Isip na silang mo eh.
He had a...
Parang kinakabahan na sila, Pastor.
Kunti pa lang. Dalawa pa lang yun. Ano ba?
Oo nga, meron
Okay,
pa.
Tsaka
May-
17 pa lang to, guys.
17.
17 years
There's more.
old si Pastor.
So, he had a carnapping and robbery case. Yun, nakulong siya sa San Juan for carnapping and robbery. Sabi ko nga, 17, criminal mind na talaga siya. And then, 17, he started taking shabu. And he was a shabu user for 15 years.
15 years.
And then, I got pregnant at 18.
Okay.
So, akala ko noon parang 'pag magiging tatay na siya, baka magbago na. Pero he became like even worse. Sabi ko nga parang akala ko tinutulungan niya ako mag-alaga ng baby namin kasi tulog ako sa gabi, magbe-breastfeed ako, ta's parang na-appreciate ko siya. Yung pala kaya pala gising na gising siya sa gabi kasi naka-drugs.
Ah.
So parang, okay, ganun pala yung dynamics ng relationship namin. But you know, he was really absentee all throughout. We lived in for 5 years, and during the live-in relationship, he had already women, one after the other, and he had affairs with women I knew. Oo, yung lagi ko kinukwento yan, yung parang yung isa, kumare namin, na neighbor namin, na yung isa, common friend namin.
Eh, sabi nga sa Bible, love your neighbor.
Oo.
Iba
Masyado
pala
siyang
ang pagkakain.
masinurin.
Iba yung pagkakain.
Mali ang intindi ko.
Ginastify, ginastify.
Mali kasi ang
Ay,
intindi ko.
biblical na siya noon pa. Oo. So,
Iba lang, iba
Wrong
lang.
context lang.
Wrong
Wrong
context
context.
Oo. Hindi siya love another one siya. Oo, yon. So,
Wow,
just imagine the heartache I went through
wow.
until, you know, I came to know the Lord. And that's when I understood about forgiveness. And when I chose to forgive, I learned about forgiveness. Kinulit talaga ako dyan ni God. From one book to the other. And then that's when I understood healing.
So, itong healing sa'yo, ate, like, when all those things were happening, because you were staying in the relationship, even when si Pastor Dan was doing hurtful things to you. So, in that journey, it was a constant choice to forgive each and every hurt while you were
Because the
in the
hurt is also
relationship.
daily.
Can you just imagine na parang if I choose to like, okay, I discover something today. Bawa na-discover ko, oh, kayo ba nung babaeng to? Hindi siya amin. Tapos may madidiscover na naman ako. If I forgive ko yon, then I'm gonna be okay. Magsasorry siya, pero uulitin niya. Magsisinungaling siya, uulitin niya. So parang even if I choose to forgive, uulitin niya yan. And every time he repeats the same mistake, it becomes greater, deeper, more painful each time. Kaya nga sabi ko parang, sana may word na mas masakit pa sa excruciating.
Wow.
Kasi indescribable yung pain.
Mhm.
And so every time, like madidiscover ko, nabuntis, na madidiscover ko, in love siya. Tapos mag-I love you sila sa isa't isa. Habang katabi ako. So parang, how can you heal? Okay,
Kumbaga
kakahil.
parang yung sugat, hindi
Sinugatan
pa nagiilom, kinutkot na naman.
Oo.
Hindi nga kinutkot eh. Meron kang sugat dito, sinasaksak pa ulit sa ibang parts.
Ganun
Tuloy-tuloy.
siya. So,
was
Wala siyang time for yung recovery. It's
Wow.
daily.
I
She will
wanna
discover a lot.
I want to ask the point of view of Pastor Dan. Because parang I remember we had a conversation like this, Pastor, na parang, I'm sure in the point of view of our viewers, they just see you as someone who is constantly conflicting pain to your wife. Ano yung thought process ng someone na ganun yung ginagawa, Pastor? Ano yung nasa heart mo ng
Ano
mga
yung
panahon na
perspective
yun?
ni Pastor Dan nung nangyayari yung mga yan?
Yes.
We also need to understand, kasi in the book of John 8, sinabi doon, whoever sins, become enslaved to it. So in other words, you are powerless. You are in fact blinded. Kasi nga, ang sinasatisfy mo, it's not just your fleshly desire, pero yung desire na diniceive ka ni Satan eh. Sa world, ito yung what's being tolerated, ito yung allowed. And in fact, growing up, yun ang mundo namin. Tatay ko, iba-ibang babae. Yung mga kapatid ng nanay ko, iba-ibang mga babae. Yung kapatid ng tatay ko, ganun din.
relatives
So,
mo, ganun
relatives
din.
ko. So, basically, ang naging orientation ko, growing up, ito pala yung normal sa isang lalaki na hindi ka pwedeng wala kang ibang asawa or hindi ka pwedeng walang ibang babae. And growing up, sanay ka na naririnig mo na minumura yung nanay mo, yung tita mo minumura. So, ito pala yung tamang treatment or paikipag-relationship, especially sa asawa, na normal na verbal abuse. So parang sa akin, kaya nga merong commercial eh, sa isang bata, ang ginagawa ng matanda ay nagiging tama. Diba? Kahit mali.
Mhm.
Kasi yun ang naging problema ko din. So basically, alam kong mali, but in my mind, wala akong iba nakita paano maging asawa eh.
Tama.
Ganito lang ang sinundan ko.
Tama. So what I'm hearing from Pastor Danny is yung syempre yung environment mo.
Yes.
Merong,
ano yung
may
kinalak-
impact yun.
Kung ano yung kinalakihan mo, ito yung magiging kung sino ka. Wala siyang model, lumaki siya ng may tatay, pero yung tatay niya, ito yung mga ginagawa.
Yes.
So
But he
feeling
was
niya,
also physically absent.
and physically absent. So feeling niya, dahil ito yun, ito rin ako.
So, the things that you do in a marriage or yung mga bagay na nagagawa mo o na-apply mo in your marriage are the things that you have experienced in the past that molded your way of thinking. Ito ang marriage. This is what I am supposed to do in this marriage.
And not just that, of course, nung bata pa ako, ang mga kaibigan ko is way older. 10, 15 years older sa akin. So, syempre sila, sinasabi nila, yung normal na justification ng pambabae, alangan naman puro adobo lang. Kinakailangan tumigim ka ng ibang putahe. Anong gagawin mo? Palay na lumalapit sa manok. So, parang sa akin, lahat ng ginagawa ko, justifiable kasi lahat ginagawa. So, hindi ko naman alam na meron palang mga tao na hindi ganun ang paraan ng pamumuhay.
Nice. Ako, Pastor, na-share briefly ni Ate Don yung mga nangyari in the past. And guys, matagal na po iyon. Ilang taon na po, Pastor Dan?
That's 26 years ago.
26 years ago. Pinatawad na po siya ni Ate Don. Humingi na rin po siya ng tawad kay God. So,
Even
huwag po
more.
kayo magalit sa kanya.
And
But,
if we get to witness the
Yeah.
beautiful side of their marriage,
Yeah.
we see them almost lagi every time we serve and it's healed. Siguro yun yung inspiring na you can actually heal pala. Posible pala.
posible.
To heal
Kahit na
from
ganun
that.
yung mga pinagdaanan mo. Pero may follow-up question ako kay Pastor Danny. Siyempre, di ba na-transform na ni God yung buhay mo? Ang question ko is, when did you begin to realize yung depth of the hurt that you have caused to your family and to your wife?
Well, kasi nung una, if you are living in sin, numb na din yung heart mo eh, na wala kang pakialam whether na-hurt mo sila or hindi. In fact, kaya nga sinasabi ko, maraming mga lalaki naggagalit-galitan para lang ma-justify yung mali nilang ginagawa. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? Yung wife, pag nag-start magnag, meron naman silang reason magnag eh. Kasi nga, nagloloko kami. So, ang mangyayari ngayon, yung lalaki, gagawa ka ng paraan para magalit sa asawa mo na eventually yung babae pa ang merong kasalanan. Hindi ba? Parang ako. Ako yung gumagawa ng kasalanan, pero sasabihin ko, kasi yung asawa ko hindi na-meet yung needs ko eh. Parang kang victim mentality. But eventually, when I came to know the Lord, and finally I understood what true love is all about, di ba? Sabi ko nga sa kanya, parang I wasted, doon sa nagkaroon ako ng kalipin eh, I wasted 3 years of my life thinking I was so in love with a person. Now, realizing na hindi pala siya love, it's pure lust. So, and then when we started counseling,
Pero sabi mo sa akin nun, mas malambing siya sa'yo.
oh, yun nga ang deception ng kaaway. Move on ka
Mas
na.
maasikaso siya sa'yo.
Mali nga eh.
Oh.
Deceive
Mali.
nga ako.
Deceive.
Deceive lang, ate. Deceive lang.
Oo.
At
Parang,
saka, I think dun pumapasok yung sinasabi ni Pastor na justify niya kasi why.
Precisely.
Ginagamit niya yun eh.
At saka
As a
ano
weapon.
you know, even if like, there were a lot of times na magpapaawa ako, magbebeg ako, I will tell him to stop this, stop that. It's not effective.
Yeah, in
It
fact,
will not encourage him to really stop.
and in
what
fact
he's
yung
doing.
pag umiiyak siya, walang sense or feeling of parang pity. Yung, in fact, naiinis pa ako eh.
Not even the kids, no?
Not even the kids.
Kasi
Pag
minsan,
umi-
di ba, may mga ganyan kaming mga kinakounsel na they use their kids
Tama.
para
Papag-guilty
mag-share,
mo
para
yung-
maging
oo.
kampe. Tapos, kasapin mo yung daddy mo. Kasapin mo
Wala,
yung
wala.
mama mo.
Wala, totally
Nakita mo ka,
blinded ka,
ginawa ka niya.
totally
Wala.
numb ang heart mo pagdating sa gano'n na wala kang pakialam. In fact, hindi mo kasi nararamdaman yung pain nila. But when we started counseling couples, and meron ako, especially when we were new, dun sa counseling, meron akong mga occasions na after namin i-counsel yung same babae, kasi isi-share niya yung pain niya,
Mhm.
aakit ako sa taas, umiyak ako eh. And then doon ko naisip na yun pala yung
Yung
pain na
pain.
pinagdaanan ng asawa ko. Di ba? Tapos magka-counsel ako ng mga bata, ng mga anak. And then doon ko marirealize, ito pala yung pain na pinagdaanan ng anak ko. So, mahirap na siya. Pagka nag-sink in na sa'yo, and then finally na-realize mo na sobra pala yung pain na na-inflict mo sa sarili mong pamilya.
And I think, Pastor Dan, as you share that, I believe because in the journey of Ate Don, she would constantly share that she would pray for you. And I think yun yung crucial part when you are trying to forgive someone. And as you heal from brokenness and pain, it's hard to pray for someone who has hurt you. But ate would always share na it was a choice na parang kailangan ka niya i-surrender kay Lord. So the moment you realize all these things, I would want to think that it was an answered prayer kay ate Don. Because only the Lord can really expose all these things to your heart.
Yeah.
Ate would beg you and do these things, numb, as you say, Pastor, pero si Lord lang yung kayang magtanggal nung lahat ng yun eh. At makita mo talaga na ito pala yung hurt na nagagawa ko sa family ko. And that's a good encouragement for those who are going through the same problems na yung iba kasi, Pastor, feeling, gusto lang nila na sila yung maging sumagot ng problema. Na parang, hindi, ako aayos nito. Ayusin kita. Or ito yung mga gagawin ko para ma-realize mo.
And
And-
maraming ganon.
Yes.
Mm.
And ang laking factor or ang laking bagay lang, enlightenment na it's really prayers who will do these things. Na hindi lahat pala ate, kaya mo gawin. And
Right.
yun yung gusto ko itanong sa'yo ate, na parang how was that journey for you?
I went through that. I tried all sorts of things like what others did. Nag-investigate, makaawa.
Magkukulong sa cabinet yan, ilang hours.
Mapapansin ako, yeah.
Tapos
na-
hindi man ako uuwi.
Oo, yung di ako kakain ng buong
Ate, ba't ka
araw.
naman, hindi mo ba parang marinig mo muna pag dumating tsaka ka
Ewan ko
magtago?
ba ba't naisip ko yun?
Siguro post ka na rin sa loob.
Kasi like,
Hindi.
parang,
I really came to a point where, alam mo yung sabi sa akin, masokista na ako. Ini-enjoy kong umiyak. Ini-enjoy ko to be alone. In fact, at my lowest, I didn't tell my parents about it. Nobody from my family knew about what I was going through. Talaga, it's just between me and the Lord. Tas gusto ko, sa kwarto lang or sa cabinet lang. And then, parang di ako kakain. Para pag dumating
Super
si
payat
Danny, hahanapin niya ako. Tapos makikita niya, sa cabinet ako.
so
Pero-
kung ate nagpe-play to sa mind mo, ito yung scenario na, parang ganun,
Oo,
ano?
alam mo, pero talaga, hindi talaga siya effective. Ginawa ko yun mga ilang beses. There was one time na alala mo sa Fontana, with all our friends.
Hanap kami ng hanap.
Hanap sila ng hanap. Sa akin, naririnig ko na sila, hinahanap na nila ako. Alam mo kung nasan ako? Nasa cabinet na naman. Tapos, akala ko maaawa siya sa akin, hindi siya sa akin naawa.
Nainis pa
After
ako.
that, galit na galit siya. Bumalik pa rin siya sa mistress niya. And then I realized, lahat ng strategy na gusto ko to get his attention, to bring back the love,
Won't work.
doesn't work. It didn't work. And it's only when I stopped investigating, I stopped telling him what to do, and then I asked the Lord, Lord, what do I need to change? What is it that you want me to do? And then that's when the Lord really told me, yeah, it's, you forgive, pero it comes with an action.
Mhm.
So ano yung mga action na yun? Na parang, you don't focus on what he is doing, what I can see, what people are telling me. You focus on keeping myself busy. I had work. Tapos, in-enjoy ko yung work ko. And then, I had a small group. Yun yung malaki talagang healing
Mhm.
process that I went through.
Mhm.
Doon ako, imagine 6 days. Every day, I will discover something. Every day, may sasabihin siya sa akin, kinaibigan ko si...
Yes.
Yun nga, ate, what not to do.
Oo.
'Di ba? Kasi I think
Um,
out of desperation na you wanna understand kung bakit niya gusto tong taong to.
You know, may mga kinaya ako at tiniis ko, pero hindi yun kakayanin ng iba. So, I'm not saying that I did that, you do it too. No. Ako nga parang, I would call his mistress like almost every so often, asking her, hindi umuwi yung asawa ko. Magkasama ba kayo? Sabi niya, oo, magkasama kami. We did this, we went to this place, ganyan. And then we would talk for like minutes and hours.
That was the time that you agreed na
To wait.
antayin mong
To wait.
maghiwalay
Kasi
kami
tinanong
nung
niya
babae.
ako nung tinanong ko siya, kayo ba nitong girl na to? And then, he said yes. And then sabi niya, okay ba sa'yong antayin mong iwanan ko? Sabi ko, okay, I'll wait. Kinaibigan ko siya. Pero ito yung, I don't recommend. You don't do it because, yes, mataas yung tolerance ko sa pain, pero I would think about our conversations. It was traumatic at a certain period of time. That's why it's something I had to heal. I had to forgive. And so I had to forgive her too. I don't just like forgive my husband but not forgive the mistress. Ano siya, package deal siya eh.
Package deal.
Mm.
So everything in between I have to forgive. So what did I do? Kailangan parang, okay, maaalala ko siya pero I don't dwell on the pain anymore.
Mhm.
And so every time it hits me, I have to think of something else to replace it with. So that's when I sing praise songs, I read my Bible, I talk to someone. I have to talk to somebody so that I will be reminded by, what do I need to do? Go back to the promises of God. Yun yung mga parang kailangan meron akong go-to person.
Actually, I wanna touch that, ate, because usually, 'di ba, tayo naman, two things lang 'yan. Kapag may dumadaan sa problema, wala talagang sasabihan. I remember we had good friends who had a very hard time sharing with us that they're already struggling. And ang sabi ng wife, wala kaming ibang mapagsabihan because you want to protect your spouse. And ayaw mong ipagkalat or sabihin sa ibang tao or just to really admit that you're going through something. So pag ganyan, ate, who are the right people to go to?
Yeah.
Is it your family? What kind of friends?
I like that question because when I was in that situation, I had to think, do I tell my parents about it? Do I ask help from them? You know, very clearly, I did not tell my family, not my parents, not my siblings, not even my high school best friends who were very close to Danny. The only people I chose to share it with is my spiritual family. Ito yung dati nung time na yon, way back in the late 90s, when I started joining a small group, tawag pa namin cell group. Okay. Later on na yung D group. And when I started sharing it with them, ang laking tulong sa akin for my healing na nire-remind sa akin, don't give up. Don, wag ka magalit sa mistress. Don, wag ka magalit kay Danny. Don, eto yung gagawin mo. Pag may nalaman ka, kailangan isurrender mo yan kay God. Pray to God. Don't think about the pain. So, ito yung mga maliliit na bagay na madaling sabihin, ang hirap gawin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, napakahirap gawin. But when I started doing it, alam mo, the biggest step to really heal is to obey. Kasi ang daming gagamitan yan sa'yo ng, okay, I read a lot of commands in the Bible. People tell me, my spiritual family would tell me, do this and do that. Pero, pag pinili kong, gusto ko magalit kay Danny. Gusto ko sugurin yung mistress.
Mhm.
Gusto ko awayin yung mistress. Imagine, it's really a choice. Do I choose to get back at the people? Do I choose to keep confronting Danny? Do I choose to keep asking questions? Pero alam mo, I did not anymore. Kasi, maglalo lang akong mag-inflict ng pain on myself.
And
So
two
I
types
chose to
kasi.
heal.
Two types din naman eh. May makakausap kang individuals, pwedeng family, friends. Bibigyan ka ng worldly advice. Ito yung ginagawa eh. Huwag kang martir. Hindi na uso ngayon yan. Sinaktan ka, niloko ka. Parang best if you just separate. Di ba? Yung forgiveness, patawarin mo, but you don't reconcile.
Mm.
Pero yung isa, it's godly advice. Biblical. Ito yung sinasabi ng Diyos. And I think she chose to obey and heed doon sa advice na binibigay sa kanya ng spiritual family.
Importante. What I'm getting from Ate Don kanina yung mga sinasabi niya, no? Yung mga ginawa niya, hindi niya sinubukang baguhin si Pastor Danny. Kung hindi, ang ginawa niya, nag-focus siya sa sarili niya, nag-focus siya kung ano, what can I change in me? Kumbaga parang nagpakita lang siya ng pagmamahal towards Pastor Danny. Hindi siya para gumante.
Yeah.
And then, what I'm getting lastly is yung spiritual family. Kasi it's very important kung kanino ka kukuha ng advice. Kasi yun yung makakapagtulong sa'yo kung paano mag-heal.
Yung isa din that I really like, what about Ate Don said, is when you forgive. When you forgive, hindi mo yun para paulit-ulit na isumbat. And kasi sinasabi mo, ate, well, there were times na parang gusto mo magalit. Siyempre, maaalala mo eh, na-forgive mo na. And then, may trigger yan, may kita mo siya, may babalik sa'yo na painful memory. And then, kapag na-feel mo kasi yun, you can choose to attack na parang, naalala ko na naman lahat ng mga ginawa mo sa akin. Grabe ka talaga. And so on and so forth. And I remember there was one couple that we also encountered who underwent affair in their marriage. The husband came clean also. The wife chose to forgive. Pero ang ginawa niya, every night, magigising siya. maaalala niya, gigisingin niya yung husband niya. Gumising ka dyan. Hindi pwedeng ako lang yung nagsasuffer dito. Hindi pwedeng ako lang yung hindi nakakatulog. Ikaw ang nag-inflict sa akin ng pain na to. So kung nagsasuffer ako ngayon, dapat mag-suffer ka din. And it was a constant journey na ganun, na parang yung husband, na parang every day I have to work for your forgiveness.
Yeah.
And dumating yung point that he just left.
Yeah.
Na I cannot take this anymore. Oo, pinatawad mo ko. Pero kung araw-araw kung mararanasan to sa'yo na isusumbat mo sa akin yung pagpapatawad na yun, then I cannot go through this life anymore.
Sa akin was very difficult because I was already practicing forgiveness. Pero, in-elevate ni God Na-test pa yung faith ko and okay, tignan nga natin kung hanggang saan yung forgiveness. When I agreed to wait for Him to end the affair. And it went on for years.
How many years?
When you say
To
years,
be
yeah.
exact.
We separated
Two?
for 3 years.
Kasi
Well,
kami sa years.
1 year tolerating period.
Yeah.
So, but basically, all in all, nasa 3 years yan.
So imagine,
3
yung
years.
tolerating period na yan, na parang ang daming times na mag-uusap sila, hindi ako magagalit, hindi ako magrereklamo, hindi ko sasabing stop the conversation, or hindi ko sasabing mahiya naman kayo. Pero ang gagawin ko, iiyak lang ako quietly or I would like hide somewhere and just come to God in prayer. Give the pain to God. And sasabihin ko, Lord, I will choose to forgive. Pero pagbalik ko, ihahain mo na naman yung sarili mo sa pain.
Mhm.
You know, it's something na I'm not saying you do also.
Mhm.
Kasi may ibang sabihin, hey, hindi ko kaya yan. Laging, nung mga kinakonsult ko, laging sinasabi, Don, I'm not like you.
Yes.
Pero parang ang sinasabi ko is, what helped me was, I admitted to myself na I cannot change my husband. Like even if I tell him, stop na kayo mag-usap, kahit bawiin ko yung cellphone, kahit sabihin kong maghiwalay na tayo,
Gagawa
alis
ng
ako,
paraan
bababa ako sa kotse, magtatago. Sila pa rin naman
Ang lalaking nagluloko, kahit 24 hours mo bantayan, hindi mo kayang pigilan.
Yes, totoo
Tama.
yan, Pastor.
You cannot control.
Yeah, so nag-focus ako on, what can I control? I cannot control him. What I can control is, how should I handle my pain? So, alam mo, hindi ko naman ma-erase yung pain
Mhm.
Mm.
Kasi the pain that I experience today, tomorrow meron na naman And more often than not, tomorrow is bigger, deeper, indescribable. But I was ready for it. You know how I was ready for it?
How?
Kasi today, binigay ko na yan kay God
Mm.
So, hindi ako napupuno.
Mm.
Hindi ako napupuno. So,
Clean slate, ate.
clean slate. Pag in-erase ko siya today, hey Lord, peaceful na ako. At the end of the day, nagawa ko yun. Yung parang, I was so full of bitterness, anger. Kaya lang sabi ko, ako yung talo
Kumbaga,
So,
pag nag-i-inflict ng pain, binibigay mo
Ipon.
agad kay Lord para hindi mag-ipon
Yes.
sa'yo, para hindi ikaw yung
Para hindi
mag-suffer.
siya
That's how I did
mag-explode.
it.
Hindi ka mag-explode.
That's
You
how I
give it
did
to
it.
God.
And you know, ate, before kasi, ngayon naiintindihan ko when you share that. Kasi nung una kong narinig yun, I'm like, how? Yun yung pinakamalaking tanong sa isip ko. How? But now I have an understanding. You have to have a relationship with God in order to do that.
Exactly.
You cannot unload those burdens and say you surrender to the Lord. Kung hindi totoo si Lord sa life mo.
I think para meron tayong bigger picture of healing and forgiveness. Yung healing kasi it's not physical pain Hindi siya healing not from physical pain, but more on emotional. It's inner pain. And yung forgiveness, it's something that you do not just say. Ang forgiveness, in order for you to experience breakthrough, it's
First
actually full surrender. And it's a day-to-day surrender na sinasabi mong, Lord, I cannot on my own. Lord, I cannot change my husband. Lord, itong pain, hindi ko kaya. So you do constant surrender to God.
That's why I would message him. Nung hiwalay kami, so iniwanan niya ako, di ba?
But before you say that, I reached that point kasi inaaway ako nung mistress ko Gusto niya magpakasal kami. Sabi ko, hindi tayo pwede magpakasal dahil kasal ako. So gusto niya mag-file ako ng annulment. I talked to her about it. Gusto ko na mag-file ng annulment. Sabi niya, I will never agree for an annulment because I've been praying for you that God will restore our marriage. Sabi ko sa kanya, alam mo, nababaliw ka na.
Mm.
So, hindi na mangyayari yan. Kasi nga, alam mo nang meron na akong kinakasamang iba. And I've reached that point also na because I was also into drugs. I was drug dependent for many years So, nagsashabu ako So, yung away namin nung kapartner ko, dahil gusto niya magpakasal kami. So, alam mo, while driving, naisip, may bumulong sa akin na patayin mo na lang yung pamilya mo. So, of which I did. Na inattempt kong patayin sila. And then, praise God, kasi hindi siya natuloy, yun na yung hindi na ako halos umuwi na talaga sa kanila. So, yun yung sinasabi niya sa akin na mini-message mo ko almost every day.
Yeah, I would message him. Kasi as coming from yung sinasabi mong relationship with God, when I had that relationship with God and I understood about forgiveness, you know what comes along with that forgiveness is unconditional love. That's why I would message him. Na parang, kasi you cannot forgive without loving.
Hmm.
He is so unlovable, unworthy of the forgiveness and the love. Kaya lang, paano ko yun nabigay? Yun na nga I really grasped the unfathomable love of the Lord. So when I received it, understood it, that's what I gave.
And yung
Kaya
message mo,
mini-message ko siya ng, I love you more and more each day and I forgive you every day.
and consistent.
Very consistent.
Very
Oh,
consistent.
Siyempre, pag inisip mo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, some people, I know a lot of hurting wives would say, I can't do that.
I wanna ask ate, kasi this is for the wives or probably the husbands too, na andi dito sila sa season na yun, na parang nagpapatawad ako pero gusto kong baguhin yung asawa ko. I wanna ask about how your day is like nung time na hindi umuwi si Pastor Dan. How is your quiet time? How did you spend time knowing the Lord? And nilipat mo yung focus sa Kanya instead of kay Pastor Dan.
God was really all I had. Hindi alam ng parents ko, hindi alam. Even in the workplace, nobody knew we were separated. Actually, when I resigned, nagulat yung boss ko that I told him, I'm resigning because nag-reconcile na kami ng husband ko. Sabi niya, ha? Naghiwalay pala kayo.
Hmm.
Kasi, dung time na siya was enjoying his time with his mistress, I was really enjoying mine with God, moment by moment. Literally, I would bring my Bible with me everywhere I go. Literally, I would embrace it. Kasi wala akong love It's just the love of the Lord. So, sabi ko, Lord, you're my husband now. Kasi, hiwalay kami. Ayaw niya sa akin. Pero, parang ako, I was so focused on who God is and what He can do. So, doon ako nagdudwell. And then, I have to like remind myself, ano yung promises ni God?
Hmm.
And that's where I discovered about Galatians 6:9, which is my life verse. Yun ang kahit memorize ko siya, kailangan ko siyang makita.
Which is what ate?
Galatians 6:9 is saying, do not become weary in doing good. For at the proper time,
Ay.
you will reap a harvest if you do not give up.
That's such a heavy verse.
Pero tingnan mo yung impact noon. She would message me consistently, I love you more and more each day and I forgive you every day. And then, meron silang prayer na maghiwalay kami ng babae. Of which, iniisip ko, imposible yun.
Hmm.
Yung isang prayer nila na magpakasal yung babae. Tapos, yung isang prayer pa nila na pag pumunta ako sa bahay, magkaroon ako ng feeling of parang yung peace. Parang hindi ako lumabas. Alam mo, everyone in the morning, nagli-live-in na kami ng babae. Gigising ako, tapos titingnan ko lang yung babae. Ang tagal. Tapos sasabihin ko sa sarili ko, ito ba yung pagpapalit ko sa asawa ko?
Wow.
So, consistent yung
Nakakapahan
message.
mo ba yung
Oh.
hair ko dyan?
Hindi, consistent yung message niya. And then now, you will realize kung paano nagwo-work yung prayer at saka yung living out the faith.
Yes.
Yun.
Di ba? Kasi it's one thing for you to pray, but it's another for you to obey and live it out.
Yes.
So ngayon, everyone in the morning, gigising ako, yun palagi yun, ito ba ang pagpapalit ko? To the point na yun dati, nako-compare ko na mas mabait siya, mas maasikaso siya. Ngayon, nakikita ko na ngayon yung difference na ito, sinasakal ako. Very possessive. Tapos yung wife ko, very gracious, very forgiving, unconditionally loving. So that's why nung nagka-problema ako sa Batangas, I was charged with frustrated homicide. So kailangan kong magtago. And the only person na inimpress ni God sa akin, hindi ibang tao, kung hindi yung wife ko. And outright, when I called her, sabi ko, kailangan ko yung tulong mo. She fetched me right away, 12 midnight.
Okay.
And then, yun ang naging start actually, hindi lang yung magsama kami. Kasi nagtatago ako So may kaso ako Sabi ko nga, pag nagtatago ka, wala kang ibang mapuntahan kundi Bible study. wala akong ibang mapupuntahang Bible study kung hindi yung grupo nila.
Kanya.
Mm.
So, yun na yun. So, kumbaga, pag tinignan mo, hindi siya coincidence. Hindi siya aksidente kasi nangyari yun, ganito. That's really part of God's divine plan. Pero naging very instrumental yung trust and faith in the Lord.
Pastor, I have a question. Was it very significant to you, yung pagbabago ni Ate Don? The first few times when she was like trying to control you with pity, with ganyan, nakita mo ba yung transformation? Was that very evident nung minamahal niya na si Lord?
Very evident. Kasi nung una, manipulative eh.
Mm.
So, kaya nga short-lived eh. So, pagbibigyan mo, kasi nga dahil may ginagawa siya, pero hindi siya talaga magiging consistent yung transformation and changes sa akin kasi hindi rin siya consistent. Pero nung nakita kong consistent na yung walk niya with God, nung consistent na nakikita ko yung Christ-likeness in her, doon na nagkaka-apekto sa akin, sa isip ko, sa puso ko. And then now, parang doon na slowly nagkakaroon ng realization na ito ba yung gusto kong buhay na tahakin.
Mm.
And then, God placed me in a situation na talagang wala akong pupuntahan kung hindi si God through her. So, yun. Kasi may mga asawa na magbabait-baitan for 2 weeks,
Ah.
pero pagka na-trigger, magwawala na naman. Kaya sasabihin ng mga lalaki na, ay nako, talagang wala na yatang pag-asa magbago ito. Ayoko na lang din bumalik.
Ah.
Ayoko nang tumigil.
Ah.
Diba? Pero siya kasi, very consistent yon. So now, nakita ko na, hindi lang pala ako ang inayos. Ang inayos muna ni God, yung asawa ko,
Nice.
At ginamit siya ni Lord to deal with you.
to deal.
Pastor Dan, ibalik niyo po ako dun sa sinundo kayo kasi meron kayong kaso sa Batangas. Bigyan niyo po kami ng mga practical ways na ano po yung nangyari after that. Kung paano niyo na-rebuild yung trust, paano kayo nag-reconcile ni Ate Don.
Yeah, yung trust kasi at saka yung reconciliation, hindi siya instant eh. Hindi siya immediate eh.
Yes.
So I started attending the Bible study, pero attend ako ng D-group, iinom pa rin ako, magda-drugs pa rin ako. Pero yun nga, because of that kindness, sabi nga, she killed me with kindness eh. So ang nangyari ngayon, nahihiya na akong hindi siya pagbigyan. Pag mag-Bible study, sama ako. Kasi parang ang hirap mo nang tumanggi sa isang taong walang ginawa, kung hindi
Mabuti.
Mabait.
puro mabait.
Pagmamahal.
Pagmamahal. So in-invite niya ako to attend the church. Pero ang pinaka-turning point, it's really the dawn watch.
The Dawn
So,
Watch.
that
The
parang,
dawn.
The Dawn Watch.
yung case ko was in August yun eh. Yung kaso ko eh. So, August. Dahil umattend na ako noon, in-invite niya ako to attend the dawn watch January.
Okay.
So, it was in January of 2001. Sabi ko sa kanya, ba't ang aga mo
2000?
maalis? 2000. So, sabi ko, ba't ang aga mo maalis? Every Tuesday. Sabi niya kasi merong prayer gathering and we call it dawn watch. So, sabi ko, sama ko. Hindi siya maniwala kasi yung 5 o'clock, umuwi pa lang ako galing sa inuman.
Wala nang ganun ngayon. Oh.
Wala.
Don't
Don't
watch.
watch.
Night
May ibang
watch.
Night watch.
satellites.
May iba pa.
Night
May ibang satellites meron.
So, true enough, hindi ako minom. Talagang gusto ko lang, na-curious lang ako. Kasi matindi ako ng Bible study, ng church. Pero pag-attend ko, yun na, doon ko na talagang na-encounter si God. Kasi yung pag-attend ko ng Bible study, para pagbigyan lang siya. Attend ko ng church, para pagbigyan lang siya. Pero yun, doon ako nagkaroon ng real encounter. I call it my own Damascus experience.
Wow.
Yeah. Doon ko na-realize na totoo pala si God.
And that was the day that I'll never forget. Kasi, alam mo, nagulat talaga ako. Parang, si Danny pag nagsalita, palaging nagmumura yan eh. Pero, di ko na siya talaga narinig magmura. He stopped smoking, he
I
stopped
smoke 2 packs a day.
drinking. Basta lahat
Lahat
ng-
yun cold turkey. Pastor.
And yes,
40 sticks yun ah.
cold turkey, super,
I drink every
in
day.
an instant.
Ang drugs ko, libre.
Libre.
Very violent ako before. Sabi ko, matitigil ko ang pag-inom. Matitigil ko ang drugs. Pero ang babae at saka sigarilyo, hindi. Pero lahat yon. That dawn watch, that same day, tinanggal lahat ni God.
Tsaka he was never home. For many years we were together. Sabi ko nga 10 years, wala akong maalalang. Yung 10 years na yun kasi isama mo na dun yung 3-year separation. So 10 years we were together, 5 years living in, and then we got married. So 5 years.
He was never.
Alam mo, mas madalas siyang nasa labas. Very rarely lang nasa bahay. And then you wouldn't want to be with him in the house. Kasi nga, mainit ulo niya, galit. Minububog niya yung mga anak namin. Ako rin parang palagi niya rin akong minumura. But after that Dawn Watch Day,
Yeah, I wanna hear the Don't Watch Ate. What
alam mo,
really
after
happened?
talaga nun, grabe na parang hindi na siya lumalabas ulit. Friends would keep inviting him kasi every night siya umiinom eh. So every night, iimbitahin talaga siya. Pero ayaw niya na sumama. Sabi ko, wow, Lord, this is really you. Samantalang dati, I would beg for him to stop drinking. Wala
Mhm.
naman eh. But when the Lord worked in ways I couldn't imagine, that Dawn Watch Day, like it was just like in an instant, in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, because ang naging session namin ni God noon, una, hindi ako naniniwala kay God. And most likely, one of the reasons why, it's because of the hatred or resentment that I had towards my dad. And then, sabi ko, Lord, totoo ka ba talaga? Tapos sabi ko, kung totoo ka, tulungan mo naman ako. And then, that's where I humbled myself before God, acknowledging na pagod na ako. Kasi mayabang akong tao. Ang tingin
Hindi
ng
ka
mga
mayabang,
tao, sobrang
sobrang
yabang.
yabang.
So, ang tingin ng tao, matapang ako, that hindi ko kailangan ng tulong. Pero that same day, I asked, sabi ko, Lord, pagod na ako. And then, nung sinabi ko kay God na pagod na ako, all of a sudden, I felt that heaviness on my shoulders
Mhm.
na I ended up kneeling before God.
Wow.
So, nung lumuhod ako, ang sumunod na nun na lumabas sa akin, lahat na ng issues ko sa tatay ko. Yun ang father wound.
Mm.
Inisa-isa ko na yun. Yung he abandoned us, yung verbal and physical abuse, yung trauma of seeing na sinasaktan yung mga kapatid ko, trauma of seeing sinasaktan yung nanay ko. So doon ko na-realize na, kaya ako nag-self-destruct. It's just simply because ang dami kong issues sa tatay ko. And it was very liberating for me. Kaya sabi ko, tulungan mo na din ako for me to stop drinking, smoking. Inisa-isa ko lahat yun. Talagang very specific. Hindi lang siya miracle. Talagang healing and breakthrough for me.
So what I'm getting from Pastor Dan is that the admission of what caused your brokenness.
Yeah.
Because for some people, Pastor, di nila nakikita yun eh. Nakikita lang nila, oh, kasalanan ko to, magbabago na ako, ayusin ko yung buhay ko. But it's more of looking at what caused me to do all
Precisely.
these things.
And
And
meron nga silang sinasabi, di ba? Hurt people, hurt others. So kaya ko sila hina-hurt. Because marami akong issues, heart issues. Eh.
Wow. Sige, wow. Maganda.
yes, but also very enlightening.
Enlightening.
Because these are the things that not a lot of people get to understand. Kasi parang akala nila, forgiveness is just one thing.
Mm.
And it's instant. The moment I forgive you, dapat magbago ka na 180 degrees. Dapat hindi mo na uulitin yan. But now, we're learning that it's a process. Not because you chose to forgive now, it's not gonna happen again. Marami pa yun. Iba-iba lang yung levels ng forgiveness.
I agree.
Kasi iba-iba din yung levels of hurt.
I love it.
So what I'm getting from Pastor Dan is that you have to admit first what caused your brokenness. So if you are the one who has inflicted pain or caused pain to your spouse, the first thing to do is to understand saan nanggagaling yun. What we're getting from Pastor Dan, it's pain caused from your past. Hindi mo siya control, hindi mo rin siya ginusto at some point, Pastor. It was just, you just had to go through it without any choice. And may impact pala yun on how you will carry your relationships when you're older.
Right. Kailangan you have to find the root cause. Kung bakit ba nagmamanifest ito? Bakit ako may anger? Bakit ako pumipitik sa mga ganitong bagay? We have to find the root cause. Kasi lahat yan may pinanggagalingan. Sabi, hurt people.
If you don't find the root cause kasi, you'll change now.
Parang ano na,
Pero babalik
ano
siya.
tawag doon? Band-aid
Mm.
approach.
Sige,
Tinatapalan mo
kinall
lang.
out mo to sa akin ngayon, babaguhin ko to. Pero babalik at uulit pa rin.
Yeah.
And that's why sa counseling namin, tinatanong ko yung mga wives, how will you describe the relationship of your husband sa parents, particularly the dad? So, para yung discovery and then somehow, maintindihan natin where the person is coming from. Kaya siya ganon. Kasi default niya yan eh. Para siyang muscle memory. Na kapag ka ganito ang ginawa mo sa akin, kasi nung maliit ako, ganito ang ginagawa ko. So, hindi ka aware dun eh.
Nice. Parang muscle memory, no? Lumalabas siya involuntarily.
Precise.
Kasi yun yung nakukuha mo before. Lumalabas lang. Sige, as we wind down, siguro for our last question, what would you say to someone listening to us today who has genuinely forgiven, pero kinikerry pa rin niya yung deep wounds from what had happened in the past? What can we share lang ano yung pwede nating ma-share sa kanila?
Yeah, I think I'd like to speak to a lot of wives who are hurting. Maybe you've been in that situation for a long period of time, or there are those na you just discovered recently about a betrayal, about an abuse, or you're seeking for attention, but you just seem to not get it from the person you're expecting to get it from. There is pain. Whatever levels of pain, healing is a choice. So it's either you choose to dwell on the pain or you will choose to move forward. But how to move forward takes a lot of effort. And that effort is you have to be first things first. Talagang ako, how I discovered it, how I found my healing. It's really in the Lord. Discover who God is, what He can do, and then surrender the pain to God, and then be part of like a support group. I had the spiritual group. That's where I really grew. Kasi kahit mahila ko today, tomorrow, kailangan meron talagang magpaalala sa
Kailangan may
akin
mag-encourage sa'yo, ate,
Kailangan
that
may
you're doing
mag-encourage
the
sa
right
akin.
thing.
And sometimes, you know what? Kahit wala na silang ma-advise sa akin, prayer lang. Somebody to pray for me, it helped me heal. There's really something about it na parang merong physical person to like be with me sometimes to just listen.
Yung alam mo lang, ate, na may karamay ka.
Yeah, ang laking bagay nun. Somebody to journey with you. And you have to really choose the people that you have to talk to. Kasi may ibang akala mo, they will tell you how to heal only to lead you to a deeper pain and like dig deeper wounds. So, kailangan talaga ma-identify mo yung what will really lead you towards experiencing the peace and the joy and the calmness. Actually, alam mo, parang if you ask me how I really experienced healing, it's when I started to give.
When you started to give.
Kasi that's how Jesus did it.
Mm.
When He gave His life. So that's also how I did it. Parang, okay, I had to. Forgiveness for me was doing something for Him, pero without expecting anything in return. That's why it's really unconditional. Parang bumibigay ako, choice mo to be hurt, titigil ka. Eh, ang forgiveness, hindi pwedeng in your mind lang and in your heart and not do anything.
Mm.
You have to really do something about it. How would He know I forgave him kung
Sa isip
malayo
lang.
ako sa kanya, di ko siya kinakausap, galit ako. Kailangan malaman niya na, alam mo, kaya yung day na meron siyang case, naisip niya ako kasi alam niya na hindi ako galit sa kanya, inaantay ko siya at pinapatawad ko siya. Pero, kung hindi niya yun alam, di
Hindi
niya
siya
ako
babalik
maiisip.
Tama. Nice one. Thank
My
you.
last question for Pastor Dan. Ano yung advice naman, Pastor, dun sa mga spouses na na-hurt yung spouse nila, napatawad sila? How can they slowly rebuild and gain that trust again?
Well, basically, you avoid doing things that will make your wife question your sincerity and repentance. Kasi halimbawa, na-hurt mo na by sa infidelity or being unfaithful, pero aalis ka nang hindi ka nagpapaalam. Or aalis ka that you don't tell your wife your whereabouts, hindi ba? Eh ako kasi, parang I don't want to give my wife reasons to doubt and be anxious once again. Ano bang ginagawa ko? So, halimbawa, pumasok ako, nagtrabaho ako, sabihin ko sa kanya, dito na ako sa trabaho, uwi ako na ganitong oras. Pag sinabi kong uwi ako ng 5, pag sinabi kong uwi ako ng 6, uwi talaga ako maaga. Hindi ko siya binibigyan ng reason para mag-alala, hindi ko siya binibigyan ng reason para magduda. So, kung gusto mong pagkatiwalaan ka, kinakailangan katiwa-tiwala ka din.
Ganda yun, ha? Kung gusto mong pagkatiwalaan ka, dapat katiwa-tiwala ka.
Pero but you know what? Ako sa kanya, binigay ko yung trust ko sa kanya ng hindi siya katiwa-tiwala.
Yeah. And that's why,
Totoo,
kaya
I
sabi
gave
ko,
that trust to him.
malaking bagay din
Yes.
sa akin yon sa recovery and transformation and sa restoration namin. Kasi iningatan ko yung tiwala na yun.
Which, I also want to add to that. Because a lot of wives that I counsel, pagka pinag-usapan na yung forgiveness, the reason why they don't agree towards forgiving, the reason why they find it hard to heal is because in their minds, tingin nila,
Busuin sila ulit.
iti-take advantage. Tingin nila, parang, alam ko naman, pinatawad na ako at papatawarin ako ng asawa ko. So, tuloy-tuloy yung gagawin. You know what I said? For me, I will just obey. I will just keep giving. I will just let God deal with him. I will not be the one to deal with
Ayan
him.
sinasabi mo sa akin. Hindi kita pwedeng bantayan 24 hours a day. Sabi niya, the things that you do, it's between you and
You and
God.
the Lord. Ayun, ganda.
Kasi di ba parang mas masarap na gaya ko to ginagawa kasi it's God's way of changing me. If I will stop, that means hindi ako ready for rejection. That means I'm full of pride. That means I did not really grasp what God is teaching me only because tinitake advantage niya ako. So I don't want to dwell on those. I'd rather dwell on, Lord, what do you want me to do? And God is telling me, just kill him with kindness. Di ba?
Yung iba kasi ate, yun yung thinking eh. Baka ine-enable ko na tong asawa ko.
Kaya nga, pero sa akin, parang may hangganan ba yon?
Yes.
Or itutuloy mo, tas bahala na si God sa kanya. Kasi, based on experience, some people would think, but I've been doing this for a long period of time. I've been doing that for 10 years.
Wow.
But, is it worth it?
Yes.
It is so worth it.
Super worth it.
That's
so
why.
you're saying, ate, wag mong bigyan ng panahon ng pagpapatawad. Because for some, they say, I will forgive this person.
Yes.
Hanggang 6 months lang ako.
Yes.
Pag di pa to nagbago ng 6 months.
Kasi that's conditional.
Yes. That's why in our couples retreats, I would always say, forgiveness is every day. Forgiveness is limitless. It's endless. Because that's what Jesus modeled to us. Diba? So, hindi pwedeng, ito nga yung tinuro, pero ikaw, Lord, 10 years na ako dito, sobra na, hanggang dito lang ako. Hindi pwedeng ganun. You know why? Because you will miss out on the blessing. And you know, if forgiveness comes with healing, kung na-heal ka, dapat kaya mo.
Mm.
Kaya lang, yun na nga, some people say, pero ba't ganun? Nagpo-forgive naman ako, pero hindi ako na-heal. Well, there's something God is telling you to do na maybe, yun na nga yung sinasabi niya, may unforgiveness ka. Akala mo lang nag-forgive ka, pero hindi kasi binabalik-balikan mo yung hurt sa'yo,
So the
yung
moment you
betrayal.
keep resenting, the moment you keep tabs of the pain, ibig sabihin nun, hindi ka pa talaga nag-forgive.
Yes, if you're still bitter, pag galit ka pa
At
dun
saka
sa
from time to
mistress.
time, pag inuulit-ulit mo at pinapaalala mo yung ginawa, I don't think merong genuine forgiveness.
Mm.
Yeah.
Galing.
Wow,
Wow.
so
Ako love,
practical.
what I'm getting is you let God be God.
Yeah.
Siya yung,
Ganda. I
siya
like
yung
that.
siya yung,
I like that.
let Him do His work.
Yes.
Ang work mo is to focus on me. To focus mo sa akin is show Him kindness, show Him love. Focus mo yung sarili mo. What can I change in me?
Exactly.
And then let God be God. And then, eto na nga.
Yung changing kasi, sa department na ni God yan.
Yes, yun. Nice,
Yung
nice.
forgiveness, ikaw yon.
Nice.
You forgive, pero yung changing, department ni God yan.
That is why in
That's
our
nice.
story, we
That's
keep
nice.
saying, I don't get the glory. Hindi dahil magaling ako, hindi dahil mabait ako, hindi. Si God lahat yun.
And this is a beautiful picture when we say we put God in the center of our marriage.
Exactly.
Yun.
Because some
Amen.
people ask,
How?
how?
Mm-mm.
Dadasal naman kami. Bago kumain, bago matulog. No, this is how you let God do the work.
Right.
Let Him
There's
do the work.
something that you do, but you cannot do it all. You just allow God to do what He needs to do in His own timing, in His own way. At yung mahirap kasi doon, ate, hindi mo yun nakikita.
Right.
Mafe-feel mo na lang siya.
Some people look at me as a doormat, as a masochist, as a martyr. But you know, in the eyes of God, ang perception ko about it, even if people would think He's taking advantage of my forgiveness or my kindness or my unconditional, but in my mind, I'm doing it because it's obedience.
Yes.
It's my love
It's
for
a
God.
command.
It's my fear of God.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
at
you get
the
to see
end
the
of the
result.
day,
Yes.
and at the end of the day, pag nakita mo si ate, she's filled with peace.
Exactly.
Yes.
So how can you say that a doormat, a martyr? Kasi ate, kung lahat ng yun, kinakaya mo on your own, you wouldn't be looking this way.
Yeah.
You'd be probably looking very, very,
Yeah.
alam mo yun, terrible and talagang payat
Haggard na talaga.
na
May-
baka nga you've lost your mind already. But it's because God's peace has always been
Amen.
with you
Praise
and
God.
in you as you constantly journey in forgiveness and healing.
Hindi,
Amen
kaya
to
pag
that.
ginagawa mo siya on your own, mapapagod ka.
Tama.
you
Madi-disappoint
cannot.
ka.
Tama. Ang ganda.
Eventually, magagalit ka.
Tama.
Sa susunod, magsasawa ka na. Sabi mo, I give up.
I give up.
Kasi you do things on your own. But when you say na, Lord, I cannot on my own, I'll surrender, I will obey, hindi ba? And I will be dependent on you.
Very nice. Okay, nice. Woo! Okay, meron lang tayong 6 questions dito. Simple lang ito. This is our fast round.
Wow!
So,
Fun to fun.
Para sa inyo, one word lang or kung ano man po yung gusto nyong isagot doon. So, number 1 question. For both of you, siguro si ate muna,
And then si
and then si
Pastor.
Pastor Dan. Forgiveness is blank.
Unconditional.
Unconditional. Forgiveness is
Total surrender.
total surrender. Ikaw
Okay.
naman, Lau.
Healing is
Giving.
Pastor.
Grace.
Wow. Galing.
Ah. God's grace taught me.
It's what I received, so it's what I'm gonna give.
Nice.
God's grace, no one is beyond God's redemption.
Wow, ay, ganda yun. Oh, I like that. One thing I wish people understood about healing is...
Well, one thing I wish people understood about healing is that my secret to healing is really relationship with God.
Relationship with God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Healing para sa it will refresh you from the inside out.
Refresh you
Diba?
from the inside.
So, ano yan siya? Para talagang new life. Kasi you will experience breakthrough upon breakthrough.
Nice. The first step toward healing is
You admit
you
that you
admit
are in pain, that you cannot heal on your own.
you cannot heal on your own.
Same journey yan Isang path. Healing to forgiveness. So the first step would be forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
And
Okay.
lastly, God restored our marriage by.
When I chose not to give up. I know it's the Lord's work. Restoration is the Lord's work. But I think I believe that this is also what I tell the wives. Na even if your husband is giving up, but the wife is holding on, restoration will take place.
Amen.
By changing my heart first. Kasi kailangan ko muna ng healing before we be restored.
Nice.
Kasi wounded ako from my father.
Ikaw, Lavi, any last point?
Well, I'm just overflowing with wisdom. Sabi ko nga, every time we would have these sessions with Pastor Dan and Ate Don, sabi ko, love, parang wala talaga tayong dahilang maghiwalay. Nakakahiya. Lalo na pag binibring up namin yung mga issues namin sa kanila. It seems so petty. And when we're surrounded by these kinds of marriages who chose to heal and forgive, it's like we both realize na healing and forgiveness, it's really possible. And siguro yun lang yung prayer ko for each and every couple out there dito sa Staying Afloat. Kasi yun naman yung purpose nito is to be able to share with you a different perspective about marriage. I know the world tells us different things na give up, choose something else, choose yourself, love yourself. But if you are surrounded by marriages na centered on God talaga at maririnig mo yung kwento nila of forgiveness, parang marirealize mo, parang mas masarap yung perspective na to kaysa sa love yourself. So we just wanna give you that.
Nice. Ako, what I'm getting, siguro last point ko na lang is yung forgiveness. It is limitless. What I'm hearing from ate, you have to forgive every single day. It is actually a choice to forgive someone that constantly hurt you. Choice mo yun na patawarin siya. Kasi akala mo, sila yung pinapatawad mo, pero you also free yourself from that pain. And again, only God can change that person. You cannot control yung gagawin ng tao na yon. But what you can control is yourself. So we are blessed, Pastor Dan. Always blessed by you.
Always blessed.
Ate Don, sobra, we love you. Mahal na mahal po namin kayo. You really play a big role in our lives.
yeah.
We
in our
love you
journey.
more. Thank you
So we look forward
much.
to more travels.
Oh, yeah.
Naku,
More
kung saan po kami
serving
nakakarating.
alongside with you.
Yes.
Yes. So
So-
I think that's it. We end this episode, this really wonderful episode of healing with forgiveness. And don't worry, sa mga nabitin dyan, we have another episode with Pastor Dan and Ate Don. And we'll see you on the next one here on
Staying afloat with VJ and Camille.
Marriage, parenting, and life don't come with a manual.
But conversations like these make the journey a little lighter.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep staying afloat.